Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day by Rebecca Rissman. A holiday is a special day. People celebrate holidays. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a holiday. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is in January. Slavery and segregation. Long ago, most Black Americans were slaves. They had no rights. After slavery, Black Americans were segregated. They were kept separate from other Americans. Who was Martin Luther King Jr.? Martin Luther King Jr. lived in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta was segregated. Black people in Atlanta could not go to the same places as white people. Martin Luther King Jr. did not think segregation was right. He studied religion. He became a minister. He spoke out against segregation. He became a leader. He told Black Americans to stand up for their rights. He gave a speech about freedom for Black people. He said he dreamed that all people could live together in peace. In 1968, a man killed Martin Luther King Jr. People all over America were sad. Celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, people do service for each other. People help their communities. People help their neighbors. Martin Luther King Jr. Day symbols. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream." He said he dreamed that all people had the same rights. This speech is a symbol of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It reminds people of freedom for all Americans. Calendar. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is the third Monday of January. The end. Read aloud with Aisha Israel.